Gotcha. Awesome. So we have a bunch of awesome questions for you. We're gonna put you on the spot. Joe's been a successful property manager and real estate investor. We're gonna premise with that, right? He's done plenty of deals. However, there's things that we've come across that we've learned, and we all learn ongoing. I'm not discrediting Joe. We just finding that a lot of people who are originating these notes don't know the legality of that because, to be honest with you, most people expect their note to perform forever. So the default is typically not discussed. It's more about forming it, creating it, find the borrower, get them on paper, and get a down payment. As Joe's realized in the month and a half, 2 months we've been talking, is that that's not the 100% right way of doing it, right? Joe, tell us what you did before we met. How did you approve a borrower to buy one of your subject to assets prior to interacting and watching our videos?
Well, basically, I went from my landlord background, so I would look at their paycheck stubs, or I would look at their bank account and see that they have a positive cash flow. Could they keep a positive cash flow? Along with keeping that positive cash flow, could you keep it for multiple months? Now, after you keep that positive cash flow in your account, are you able to come up with a upfront payment? I was not aware that what I was doing was skirting and getting real close to what a bank should do, and I should be acting more like a bank and having certain disclosures and stuff. But after I saw them keeping cash in their account, then I would put them on a 12-month trial payment period. If they were able to hold that payment and not default, payments are due on the first, and if I receive it on the first after 12 months, then I would originate the contract for deed. So that's kind of how I went into about it. Learning from different mainly from y'all, and then talking to other attorneys. Okay, I needed to be a little bit more with the origination process and getting the proper disclosures out there.
Yeah. So we're gonna.
But even still, the process you were doing, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
YouTube University and lawyers.
So we want to back up for a second. Cindy Coleman, who's a regular attendee, asked, why were you doing land contracts and not mortgages?
Because I wasn't comfortable giving the deed away to anyone until you can prove that you can perform it. And
when you said that, one of the things you mentioned to me, which was really awesome, before you create this land contract, what do you do with that borrower in your own kind of check to make sure they're able to pay for any length of period at all?
Yeah, just that 12-month trial period.
So that 12-month rental is a good test to see, hey, can you make payments regularly? So you're seasoning a note before you even create the note.
Correct.
Which is awesome. I think it's a
I didn't know about the seasoning terms. That was something else that I learned as well.
That's awesome. So yes, the legal side is what we focus
on.
Awesome.
That's really good.
For those who don't know Nathan and I's background, we've been buying notes for over a decade, right? And we started out with the non-performing notes, which was a crisis after the 06-07 debacle. So we knew the legal side more than performing side, which is just different. So when you got introduced to us, we didn't use the word hypothecation. What would you call? Yes, Melissa mentioned lease option, owner finance. Yeah, we're owner financing, seller financing these notes, and the security instrument, you create a note, which is the promissory note to pay, and the security instrument that goes to the county, which either mortgage, deed of trust, contract for deed. We prefer mortgages, but we can do either one. When you create this idea and we offered to you to not buy this note, but to give you money and you continue to own the note, why was that attractive to you?
Well, mainly because you're only, contracting for a portion of period of like a 5-year period or 10-year period or whatever. My note that I'm originating is a 30-year note. So it's like I can borrow against it and then still collect on the other years that I didn't, was saying leverage my position on. So it was a really, really like a win-win for everybody. But in addition to that, the fact that we're able to do that and the deed doesn't have to transfer. Everything it's just everything that we're leaning against is the note itself. So that was just like just a light bulb click on. It's like, wow,
Gotcha.
all right, this is cool.
Gotcha. Question from the audience from Kendrick is, are you using trusts for your subject to wrap notes now?
Yes, everything is always done in a trust.
Yep.
Mainly because the name of the trust is what the public sees, but the terms of the trust, it requires a court order to open it up.
And I would encourage you guys, Joe knows a lot about trusts. He's had a lot of experience handling the beneficiary part and all stuff. I presume he's going to be coming out with some kind of education soon to teach those people who have been doing it, who are watching. In the posted comment, there's a way to get his information. I'd reach out to him and see what kind of education he has regarding how to structure that trust correctly so that you don't get yourself in spot that you kind of get caught up in. So that's awesome. Awesome. Melissa's chiming in.
Against this,
Yeah.
or are you lending?
Say again,
are you lending against a CFD or a mortgage? When you're lending to Joe, is the collateral on, is that the CFD or is that a mortgage that you're lending?
Yeah, we're actually lending against a contract for deed right now, a land contract, right? And that we're able to get the borrower, right, to be the lender. So it's a little bit different than I'm used to. I'm out of my comfort zone right now. Right. So we literally hypothecated against land contract. Yeah. Who knows, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Who are watching, I'm not a big land contract person, but it really worked in this case. And we're going to share some of the numbers in a few minutes. But why did you want to hold this note versus sell it to me?
Mainly because my note was for 30 years. If I'm selling it, then I'm totally taking my hands off of it. See, I put the person into the agreement, I back the person. So therefore, if they default or anything like that, I can always step right back in and pick up where they left off. So that's one of the reasons why I would rather sell a portion of time than sell the whole thing totally. In addition to that, me backing the borrower that I originate the note, it just makes the situation stronger. You got two people guaranteeing this payment versus one.
Yeah, that's awesome. And with hypothecation, we're really going with the idea that if Joe defaults to us, which we're now the lender, he's a borrower, we have that collateral, which is that contract for deed, as additional security, but we also have his company and him personally signed in this agreement. But like many subject to people, they are not going to default on us, right? They're in most cases have a really low subject to 3-4% debt, and they don't want to ever let that go. So they'll make sure to make our payments so they don't lose this cheap debt out there. So it's really cool. So what are you unlocking when you are able to borrow money? We're talked about what you can unlock. Why did this deal work for you? And what other ways can you see borrowing against your position, right? Your wrap note. What can this do? What can this unlock for you?
It unlocks trapped capital, because when I originate these wrap notes, there's equity in there, there's profit monthly in there, but it's coming over time. So in the big picture, when you look at everything up on a whiteboard or you look at it on a spreadsheet, there's tons of profit in the deal, but I might only get $1,000 a month. Might only get $700 a month. There might be $100K in it, but I can't touch that $100K. So therefore, if I can hypothecate, which is a whole new word there, I even had to look that one up. Wow. If I can hypothecate a portion of it, hey, now I got capital. Now I can go out and do other deals and make other moves.
Yeah. You unlock equity that was stuck because you did what you did. Share a little bit about what did you get? What was this deal, without getting too much in the weeds? why this deal win for you? What was about that you need to get done? I know some people were going to lose them here, right? But what did this deal do for you in your situation? What were you stuck? What problem did we solve for you?
Well, pretty much I had a contract obligation on another transaction that I had done a bridge loan against multiple properties. I wasn't, none of these properties were supposed to cash out in any time in the near future. And one of the people that I originated the rap note with, they sold it to one of their family members. Their family members did not understand the rap note, the situation, or what they even got in. So they defaulted to the original go-to. Let me go get a bank loan and pay this off. So when they did that, it came out of the arrangement 5 to 7 years early. And it basically created a situation where if I didn't find out a different way out, there was going to be a lot of consequences.
Wow.
So then I, ran across y'all in one of the investment groups I'm connected to.
Yeah.
And I was like, this sounds too good to be true. Let me go talk to these guys. And
so I'm going to go far-fetched here. You needed money, and so people get caught up in this interest rate, which I completely understand. But if I were to charge you 30%, which we don't, this deal worked for you because of what the upside and what you unlock and what you can do with that money and what it saved. Would I be accurate?
Yes, of course. So there's a couple of reasons why I will not care about an interest rate. Now, granted, if we jump higher than 15%, I'm looking for ways to get out of it quickly, because now I'm feeling more like it's a hard money loan. It's a high investment loan. I got to be out of it 6 months to a year. But what do I care if it's 15%, 17%, or even 30% if I'm making 75% on a deal? So
that works.
It works.